But I could literally feel somebody staring so hard into my soul. Like, is that Jack? Like, is that Jack right now? Is it? Like, no, it's not Jack. It's not. Why are you watching me eat lunch? Have you done this before? You know, is this like a current thing? Like, is this something that you do? Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you don't know, my name is Nikki, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. As you can see by today's title, this is not a makeup video. This is going to be a story time, and no, it is not clickbait. This really happened. This is about a time that I had a stalker. He basically came to my workplace and pretty much accused me of cheating on him. If you're interested in this, or if you're just really bored and have nothing to do, then please keep on watching. Okay, so this story takes place when I am 21, yes, when I'm 21 years old and I am working at an electronics store. I'm gonna name this store Dice. Yeah, I'm gonna name this store Dice just because. So the reason I'm naming this place a different name is because I'm probably gonna tell a lot of story times about this place, and I'm gonna probably get into like the management and all that stuff, and I don't want anyone to get in trouble, so I'm just gonna call it Dice for now. So this is when I used to work at Dice, and I was a cashier. I started working there in September. This was a few years ago. I was 21, right? And I remember one day this guy coming in. So for the sake of this video, I'm gonna name this guy Jack. So I see Jack, and you can tell this guy is kind of socially awkward. So if I see somebody that I can tell is very awkward, just, you know, has social anxiety, or he looked like he had something going on, so I went out of my way to make things easier. So I was extra nice to him, and I don't remember too much about our first transaction. I know that I was, you know, doing all of the talking and trying to make him feel comfortable. I mean, it was a quick transaction, but I just remember being super nice to him. My first encounter with him was probably in October. Now, I had seen him a few more times in that month of October and November, and I remember he started asking for me specifically. So if he was in line, he would want to go to Nicole's register, or he would like ask about me, ask for me if I wasn't there. I just know that he quickly became my regular. I didn't really think too much of it. I just know that as time went on, me and him would talk, or him and I would talk more. Our transactions would last longer. I started telling him things like, I remember he asked me how my day was going, and I had said something like, oh my god, my sociology test was so hard this morning, or my anthropology class this, or I would talk about my classes with him, and he started remembering or taking notes. He started remembering everything I was telling him, and it would get to the point where like the week after that, he would say something like, how was sociology today, or how was your humanities class, or he started remembering what classes I was going to take. And I still didn't think anything of it until it was the day of Black Friday. So everybody knows Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving, and it is just crazy there. So it's the day of Black Friday, and it was early in the morning. We had just opened. It was a madhouse. It was crazy. I was actually stuck with a customer. So if you've ever worked at Dice, which I know a lot of my friends have, if you've ever worked there, you know that people are literally dumb. Like, people are literally dumb. So I had only been working there for a couple months. So I started in September, and now it was Black Friday, and I was stuck with a customer. And what happened was the customer ordered a laptop, and the laptop wasn't there, and it was this big thing. The customer was pissed. My manager was involved, and then I see Jack. He didn't go through the line. There was a long line, okay? He didn't go through the line. He just walked straight up to my register. You guys, he had a phone charger in his hands. A phone charger that wasn't even on sale. I mean, maybe it was on sale, but really like $1 off. Come on, it's Black Friday. People don't come during rush hour on Black Friday for a phone charger. So I thought that was really weird. But whatever, regardless, he came up to my register and he was like, Nicole, like waving to me like, Nicole. I couldn't just say, excuse me, miss, I know I don't have your laptop, but let me take Jack really quick. Let me help Jack out with his phone charger. No, he literally waited there with his phone charger at my register. And my coworker saw him and was like, I'll take you right here. And she looked at me, she's like, don't worry, I'll take care of your friend. And in my head I'm like, he's not my friend, but whatever. So she took care of him, and the day went by. He came back later that day on Black Friday. So this probably happened at like 6 in the morning. He came back at like 5 p.m. and he came up to my register. At this time it was dead. We didn't have any customers. It was just nobody was there anymore. All like the deals were gone, whatever. He comes up to my register with not a product in his hand, and he's like, hey, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to get you in trouble. He thought he got me in trouble earlier. He was like, I didn't mean to get you in trouble. I just wanted to come say hi. I knew you would be here because it's Black Friday and I was just picking up this phone charger. I'm so sorry. He was like apologizing and apologizing, thinking he got me in trouble. He was like, thinking he got me in trouble. I was like, don't worry, I was stuck with a customer. It's not your fault. Blah, blah, blah. He kind of like stayed around a little bit and was trying to talk to me, but at that time, like, that day, because that happened, it kind of just creeped me out. And then I was thinking about how he was kind of memorizing my school schedule, and he pretty much memorized my work schedule, and I kind of like started getting weirded out. But I didn't want to make him feel uncomfortable. Like I said, I was just, you know, trying to be nice, and I was just like, okay, no worries, not a big deal, whatever. So after that day, we move on with our lives, and I start dating one of my coworkers. So me and this coworker, I'm gonna name him Clark. Okay, Clark. I'm gonna name him Clark. So I started dating Clark, and Clark and I are being very public about our relationship. We, you know, walk each other to each other's cars. When it, like, say I'm off of work but he still works, he'll take a 10 and he'll walk me to my car and give me a kiss goodbye, you know, stuff like that. We would take our breaks together, we would go on our lunches together. We were, you know, everybody knew that him and I were dating pretty much, but we were not together because around this time I was planning to move to Las Vegas. So Clark and I were just, you know, supposed to be like a fun little fling. So we weren't, you know, official or anything like that. We were just hanging out a lot, and we weren't being private about our relationship or anything like that. So I just had to throw that in there because, yeah. Starts coming in a lot, and I feel like he's coming in every time that I work, and he is no longer pretending to buy electronic stuff. He's gotten to the point where he'll pick up Skittles, or he'll pick up Recess or a Snickers, or he'll pick up something that he doesn't need to get from there, and he'll bring it to my register and he'll buy it and he'll stay there and he'll talk to me. I started thinking, I wasn't necessarily, like, the day of Black Friday kind of like creeped me out. I thought it was really weird, but after that I wasn't, you know, afraid of him or anything like that. I didn't think anything. I just, in my head I was like, wow, this guy's bored. This guy must be bored. He has nothing to do. Obviously you can tell he does not have a wife or kids. I mean, I feel like maybe he did, I don't know, but I feel like he didn't. And I was just like, wow, this guy must be really bored. He's coming to all my shifts. If my shift would change, say I was scheduled to work Monday night but I switched with somebody, so I ended up coming in on Tuesday night instead, he would come in on Tuesday night and be like, where were you yesterday? Like, he started getting to that point where he pretty much knew my schedule. He knew my school schedule and my work schedule. But I really just didn't think anything of it. I didn't tell anybody about it because all my friends laugh at me and say that I'm so paranoid and blah, blah, blah. So I didn't tell anybody about it. I was just like, this guy's kind of creepy now. This guy knows my whole life. But he still doesn't seem like a threat to me. Okay, so one day I go on my lunch, and usually at this time I had been going with Clark, but Clark wasn't working that day, so I went by myself and I walked across the street to the gas station. And in the gas station was it was one of those Jack in the Box. It was one of those gas stations that were like half gas station and then half a Jack in the Box. I walked there by myself and I was eating. I don't even know what I got to eat, but I was eating Jack in the Box, and I remember just, you know, eating my food, and I could feel somebody staring at me. And I was like, oh, here I am being paranoid again. Like, my friends would laugh at me right now, whatever. Like, just thinking I'm so paranoid. I'm sitting in this Jack in the Box, and I could feel somebody staring at me, but I didn't want to look. I was kind of afraid, but I could literally feel somebody staring so hard into my soul that I, you know, had to look. So I look up, and it is Jack. And it is Jack in his car. I don't know if it was his car, but in a car. Okay, I'm assuming it was his. How do I explain it? So, okay, you know how the gas station, like, you park to pump your gas, and then in front of the gas station store or the convenience store, they have, you know, like, parking slots? He was parked in one of those, facing in. So say I'm the convenience store, he's parked right in front, and he's facing right into the convenience store or into the Jack in the Box, and he is looking right at me, sitting in his car, just staring at me. So right away, I'm eating, I look up and I look back down, because I'm like, is that Jack? Like, is that Jack right now? Is it? Like, no, it's not Jack. It's not. So I keep eating. I'm like, I'm going crazy. No, it can't be. It's not Jack. It's not. Jack doesn't even care. He just stays staring at me. So now it's about time that I have to walk back to Dice, and I was very eerie. I wanted him to leave. I wanted the car to leave. I didn't want to look up and see if it was Jack. I didn't want to walk past the car, nothing like that. But I didn't want him to know that I saw him, and I also didn't want to know if it was him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of just wanted to think that my mind was playing tricks on me. So I wait a little extra, and the way that lunch works, we have a 5-minute grace period. So I literally wait the extra 5 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I have to go back now. I don't have a choice. The car hasn't left, you know. Crap. But I'm like, it's okay, it's fine. If it's Jack, he'll probably say hi to me. Whatever. I look up, and I automatically look right at the car, because that's just the type of person I am. I can't be low-key. So I look up, I look right at the car, and I can see for sure that it is Jack. Jack sees that I saw him, and he puts his head down. I think the first time I looked up and looked down so quick, he didn't think that I saw him, you know, or he didn't think I knew it was him. But when I looked up, I looked straight at him, and I didn't look away, and he immediately looked down and started backing out and, you know, drove away. And this all happened like really fast, even before I got to the exit of the Jack in the Box. So I was like, oh, he's gone. That was really weird. Maybe it was just coincidence, I don't know. So I walk back to Dice, or I go into Dice, I clock in, and an hour later, Jack comes in the store. He bought like something stupid, a candy bar or whatever. He bought something dumb, and he was just trying to talk to me, and I kept that conversation really short and simple, because now I was kind of weirded out. Like, why are you watching me eat lunch? Have you done this before? You know, is this like a current thing? Like, is this something that you do? Now I was really weirded out. So he came to the store, and he came to talk to me, and I just kept it short and simple, and I was not going out of my way to make any conversation with him. I was just like, take your candy bar and go. And I even think I said I had to go talk to a manager, or I think I lied and said I had to go to the office or something. I don't remember, but I remember I cut it short. So after this encounter, I don't see him for months. So I think two and a half months go by. I don't see him. I don't hear from him. I start to forget about him. Like I said, I didn't really tell anybody about him, so I just kind of like cleared it from my mind. I didn't see Jack anymore. During this time, Clark and I had been getting really close. We had been hanging out all the time, going to lunches together, like I said, just kind of like being around each other all the time and not being discreet about it. One day, I would say two and a half months, maybe it was 3 months. It was a while. It was a while I hadn't seen or heard from Jack at all. I see Jack come in, and I am ringing up right next to Clark. I see Jack come in, and my heart like stops. And Clark had no idea about him. He knew nothing about him. Jack comes in and he doesn't even walk into the store. He just walks straight to the cashiers. He doesn't go through the line. He just comes straight to my register. And I'm thinking, what the heck? Like, hi, can I help you? Long time no see. I'm kind of scared, you know, like he came in like a bat out of hell. He just like boom, like went straight to my register, and I was like, hey, what's up? Where have you been? Oh my god, it's been so long. How are you? Blah blah blah, whatever. And he's just looking at me. He's not smiling. He's not doing nothing. Okay, Clark is ringing up next to me, and I don't know, honestly. I feel like Clark heard the conversation and just never said anything. But I don't know. I mean, me and Clark never talked about it after. Like, they never came up. I don't know if he was just not paying attention. I don't know if he was with a customer, but I feel like he might have heard the conversation, because I don't know. So I'm like, whatever, being fake. Oh my gosh, it's been so long, blah blah blah. He's just looking at me like, not smiling, nothing. He's just looking at me. And I'm like, oh, okay. And now I'm feeling awkward, because I'm like, I just did this whole, where have you been? And he's like not answering me. So I look at him, I'm like, how can I help you today? He looks at me and he goes, you have a boyfriend. Like I said, I think I mentioned it, Clark and I were not official. We were not supposed to be anything serious. We were just supposed to be a fling, because I was leaving to Las Vegas, and I don't do long distance. So I looked at him and I was like, no, I don't. I mean, I didn't have a boyfriend. We were not together, you know what I'm saying? Yes, we were very public about our relationship, but we didn't have a label, you know, it wasn't. And Clark was ringing up right next to me, so I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, I do have a boyfriend, and Clark be like, bitch, we ain't together. He punches the counter, and he's like, yes you do. I'm looking at him like, no I don't, like I really don't, honestly, I don't have a boyfriend. He was like, you don't have to lie to me. I don't know why you would lie to me. I know you have a boyfriend. I saw you with him. I saw you guys together. That's why I haven't been here. I just want you to know that I know. And I'm just standing there like, but we're not together. And I honestly was only saying this because Clark was ringing up right next to me, and I didn't want Clark to think I was like claiming him or something. It was so dumb. But like Jack thought I was lying to him and being deceitful, and I was really just not trying to have Clark think I'm like this crazy girl who thinks he's my boyfriend. And I don't know, but he was clearly mad, right? Like, I don't have a boyfriend though. And he was just like, I just want you to know that I know, and that's why I haven't been coming around. And then he like leaves. He just leaves. And I'm just there like, what the heck just happened? And I look at Clark, and Clark is like, I don't even know what he was doing, looking at the freaking stars. I don't know. I honestly think that he knew, or he heard, or maybe he didn't. Maybe he just really wasn't paying attention. I have no idea. But it was the weirdest thing, and I literally never saw Jack again. Like, Jack did not come in. I still worked there for a few months after that. He did not come into the store to buy not one thing. Like, he probably started shopping at Best Buy, okay? He was done with Dice. He was done with me. Tell me what you guys think. Do y'all think that that's weird? Do you think that I'm overreacting? I'm telling y'all, I'm not overreacting. I am the type to overreact, but this I'm probably downplaying because I don't remember everything. But yeah. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed my little story time. I'm gonna do more story times. I have so many to do. I kind of want to do a series type thing of when I worked at Dice, because there are just so many things that happened. First with the people, and then with like the crappy management. I don't know. I want to spill all the tea, but maybe later, maybe not now. Who knows? So guys, that is it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this story time. I did do a tutorial on this makeup look. I will link it in the description box below if you're bored and want to watch something. But yeah, if you like this video, please like the video. Like literally like it. And also subscribe to my channel. It'll mean so much to me. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.